How's it going, my lovely butterflies? This is the Awakened Butterfly, and I am back with another video. If this is your first time coming across my channel, please stay for the entire video. If you enjoy the content, don't hesitate to like and subscribe to my channel. How is everyone going today? I hope everyone is having a blessed, beautiful, and amazing day. I'm having a great day, guys. I feel extra great being able to present this video to you today. I've been working extra hard, and I hope it shows through the channel. Each day I will be working on ways to to present more quality content, and yeah, so I hope you guys are ready for that. As you can tell by the title of the video, I will be talking about dark covenants today. Also, I would really appreciate it if you would leave down in the comment section some topics that you would like for me to touch on. I will also leave a community poll on YouTube for you guys to choose a couple of topics from. So look out for that as well. Okay, so I want to talk about covenants today because I feel that many people are unaware of the agreements that they make with people when they form relationships with them. Meaning, whenever we meet anyone and form a relationship with them, or it could be someone in your family, we make an agreement to be loyal to each other, to care for one another, and to look out for one another. Even if we don't verbally express that agreement, it's traditional to automatically agree, even without agreeing, that when you're in the presence of someone, that's what you're supposed to be. Not everyone lives up to those qualities of being a loyal friend, family member, or partner. However, those are the main expectations. So when you do engage in relationships with people and you spend a lot of time with each other, you start to develop a bond. Doesn't mean that the relationships are always good. Some can be toxic. Even when these things can also happen when people join groups or organizations. It could be a church, it could be a community organization. There's certain rules that you must follow, just like with relationships. The rule is pretty much, don't screw over me. I want to be able to trust you. I want us to be able to have a strong bond and loyal, trusting, loving, caring relationship. As with religious groups and organizations, loyalty is one of their main things that they're based on with people, over love, because there's a lot of secrets and things that are discussed in these groups and organizations that they may not want to be discussed with people outside of the group. And there are many religious groups that have rules that you must follow in order to even be a part of their group. Some with religious groups, it's the way you carry yourself, your marital status, even down to the way that you dress. Some of these rules can get very strict and demanding, and anything that's imbalanced, it leads to darkness. And as we all know, a covenant is an agreement between two or more people. And we also know that these covenants can be good or bad, which leads me to talk about dark covenants. And as we all know, dark covenants are the opposite of good covenants. It is pretty much an evil agreement that is made between two or more people, knowingly or unknowingly. And the reason why I said unknowingly, because there are many individuals that get themselves involved in secret groups, and these groups does not have to be governmental or anything like that. They can be within your own neighborhood. It could be a community group, and not knowing that they have to undergo certain things in order to stay in the group, to prove their loyalty to the group, and to reach different levels in the group. Um, Many of these agreements are always associated with evil, pretty much, because when there's no balance, there's always darkness. And many of these groups, they demand so much out of you because there's a lot of narcissistic behavior behind these things, and they want to see how far, it's like abusing your power and authority, and you having people underneath you, and you want to see how far they would go in order to prove themselves to you. Unlike the positive covenant between God and Abram in Genesis chapter 17, verse 7, where he said, "And I will establish my covenant between me and you and your descendants after you in their generations for an everlasting covenant, to be God to you and your descendants after you." That was a positive, promising, loving covenant between God and Abram. And he didn't ask of anything from Abram except for to be righteous, true, and to lead and to multiply for generations to come. Within a lot of these man-made groups and organizations, and even a lot of these unhealthy, toxic relationships, there are people that abuse their power and authority over people because this person may love them a lot and care about them. And you should never love and care about someone more than you do yourself, because it opens the doors for mistreatment and manipulation. Trust me, people notice when you don't love yourself. People notice when you're trying so hard to love them more than yourselves. And I want to let you know that it doesn't help you gain any level of respect from those people. If anything, they're losing respect for you by the day, because people don't respect anyone who don't respect themselves. People don't love anyone who don't love themselves. And that's pretty much how it goes, because you never know the heart of a person, and you never know how far they will go to abuse their authority over you if they see how much you care. So balance is always the key. And a lot of the times with dark covenant, especially within unhealthy marriages and relationships, there's always a person that loves one more than the other. And that other person is aware of that. And they're usually very narcissistic. And they put their partners through so much, and they gaslight them, and they take them through so many levels, to see if their partner can reach insanity. It's like weighing on someone's emotions. And it's a very cruel thing to do to someone. And there's a lot of people out there who even marry or get into relationships with people for the wrong reason. It could be for status, money, who this person is connected to in order to help this person reach a certain achievement or motive. This person could also be sent in. And guys, I'm talking about unhealthy soul ties here. I'm talking about dark covenants right now, because there are also good covenants as well. So just know, that's what I'm discussing at this point. A plot to harm. It could be through insurance money. It could be to take over a family business, or to just flat out, from the acts of a toxic, violent person. There are many predators out there that marry kind, loving people just to mistreat them. Within the religious groups, there are a lot of strict rules that take place, and a lot of the times they use the Most High as a shield in order to control these people and get them to do what they want them to do. And they also misuse Bible verses in order to validate their actions and their claims. So you also have to use discernment to know when someone's using God to attack you, or if someone's actually operating through the Holy Spirit. And with a lot of these religious groups, it's usually a hunger for power there, and the members of the group are going through so many lengths to prove their righteousness and how loyal they are to more of the leader of the church or the group than to the Most High himself. So you have to really look at these things from a spiritual point of view, and sometimes you will see the demonic occultic activity that takes place. And I'm not saying all churches and religious groups are like this, but I'm just talking about the dark side of these things. They can be dark. A lot of these organizations, they require people behind closed doors to undertake in certain rituals, and a lot of these rituals, they not only could affect family, friends, and partners, it can also affect the person who's carrying out these rituals with the organization, because they're trying to prove themselves, not knowing the hearts and the minds of the leaders of the group, that they could possibly be in harm themselves. These people could be trying to harm that person in order to reach a higher level in the group themselves. There's also a lot of street gang and organizations that have a lot of dark covenants, and they also create unhealthy soul ties as well. It's like, you know, you're constantly trying to prove yourself to the leader of that group, and you have to undergo certain things in order to prove your loyalty. And I'm not trying to step on anyone's toes out there, because I've lived life, and I'm speaking on some things through a lot of which I've experienced. And this message is especially for my young butterflies, my young viewers. Don't ever feel that you have to become a part of something in order to validate yourself or prove loyalty to anyone else. Because what these people don't tell you, that once you make an agreement, they have the authority to get you to do anything that they want you to do, because you've made that dark covenant with them. You've made that dark agreement that I don't care what this is about, and I don't even care what I have to do. I will do whatever it takes in order to prove my loyalty to you. So when you say this to a person and you don't know where their mind, heart, or spirit is, you could be really opening the doors to some very dark soul ties and activity to yet occur in your life. The consequences of breaking these covenants. When, let's say for instance, someone says, you know, I can recognize what's going on and I don't want anything to do with it. Guys, this is where it really gets dark, because not only have you participated in these activities in order to prove yourself, now you become a threat to these people because you know too much and you've participated in these things with them, and you've created a soul tie with them, a strong spiritual soul tie. So it's hard to break, because they feel like you are a part of them now, and they feel that breaking that covenant proves that you are not loyal, and they feel that if you're not loyal, then you're a threat, because now all the secrets they've told you, all the things that you guys have done, they feel that you will go and share this information with someone else, and will shed light on all of the dark things that are taking place within these groups and organizations. When it comes to unhealthy relationships, it comes with the accepting. When a person in a relationship does something unfortunate to you, and you accept it the first time, and then you accept it a second time, once you continue to forgive this person and accept what they do, you are making an unknowingly covenant with this person, promising them that no matter what you guys go through, you or what they do to you, or vice versa, you will be there no matter what. So when you start to realize that the relationship is toxic and unhealthy, and you want to break free from it, guys, like I always say, I know you get tired of me saying it, it's just not romantic relationships. This is where you undergo harassment. You become a target. Strong gang stalking takes place. Violence takes place. A plot to set you up. All types of things take place, because you're breaking the soul tie. And don't forget, this is a spiritual soul tie as well. So you're making a covenant spiritually. Your spirit is making a covenant with a dark spirit in the spiritual realm behind the scenes through this person. Because remember, we're just portals for the spirit. And if a person's operating through a dark spirit and you make a covenant with them, you are now operating through that dark spirit. So when you try to break away from the spirit, you're irritating the demon within. And it puts you in a dangerous situation, guys. Trying to leave a dark group or a cult can also be dangerous because, you know everything. You know, it can even bring a plot. They can even plot, to bring you to your demise because, like I said, you serve as a threat. When you're innocently unknowing, and it can also put your family and friends and your partner in danger as well. That's why we have to know what we're getting involved in. We have to know the oaths that we are taking, the promises that we are making, the agreements that we're making with people. When, that handshake, it means a lot. When you do business with someone, that's how you seal the deal with that handshake. It's kind of like a confirmation, And when you make the promise to do anything to be in these groups, that's the confirmation that you're willing to do anything. They now know that you will do anything to prove yourself. And if these people are not of God, even them trying to get you to do something to prove yourself, to me, is demonic all within itself. But especially if these people are not of God at all, you just never know what lengths they'll take you through. And you have to really be careful because once you're in it, it's expected of you to do these things. And if you don't, it could put you in some sort of, danger. And the soul ties are connections between two or more people, okay? As just with a dark covenant. But it usually results in more of, how can I say this? It's when you engage in soul ties, it's like you are making an agreement to share mutual learning experiences. It's like you begin to go through what that person has went through or are going through, and vice versa. And if you don't know a person's past and where they are spiritually, then that is very detrimental to you and your spirit as well. And vice versa. If you're dealing with something dark and you make, it goes both ways. To anyone out there that feels like they've made a dark covenant with someone, no matter what it is, and you want to break free from that covenant because you realize that it's dark and it's pulling you away from the Most High and you don't want anything to do with it, I'm going to go ahead and share a couple of things that I feel will help. These are a couple of things that I've done to break dark covenants with people once I realized that that's what I was in, a dark agreement with someone, by agreeing to, once you are around someone so much, you guys begin to adapt each other's behaviors, thoughts, views in life. You may even start to eat the same foods. You may even start to dress alike. There's a lot of things that can happen when you spend a lot of time with someone because you're creating not only a physical connection, but a spiritual connection as well. So no contact is one way to start the process of breaking a soul tie with someone, because the longer you're around the person, the longer the spiritual connection, and also the longer the generational curse will linger. So no contact is the best thing to do, especially if you feel that the relationship is toxic and it's not healthy for neither one of you. The best thing to do, no contact. First thing. Fast. Fasting connects you with the Most High, I feel, more than anything. And I feel that that is a great way to cleanse yourself spiritually and to connect with the Most High on a more stronger level. How long you fast, that's up to you. Me personally, I really don't feel like there's a certain amount of time that a person has to fast. I will say this. You could do, a person knows how much their body can handle going without food. Um, if you can do a half day fast or a 24-hour fast, that's great. Some people can go longer. They can go 3 days to 7 days. It's all up to you. I feel that you will still get the same powerful effect with strong prayer and, crying out to the Most High with all your heart and soul to relieve you from um, this dark spiritual situation, from this dark covenant. Prayer, Galatians chapter 6, verse 14, and Psalms 91. Psalms 91 is always my go-to. I usually listen to that one on my computer audio, and I usually fall asleep to it, and a lot of times I wake up to it. So that's a good one, especially through witching hour, which is from 3 to 4 a.m. Faith, strong faith in the Most High to know that He's going to lift you up, cleanse your spirit, and get you through this entire situation. Keeps your mind from lingering and being distracted on the negative. And, lingering on the negative could just manifest the situation. So having faith, it helps you stay focused on your walk with God in order to relieve yourself from the darkness. Now, once you do these things, prepare yourself for the gang stalking and the spiritual attacks, because that's what comes with the territory. To me, I just feel like it's a great confirmation that you're on the right track and you're trying to do the right thing. Because from my understanding, Satan is not going to he's not going to torment his own people too much. If people are already a part of his army spiritually, he's not going to bother them too much. It's the ones that are trying to break free, and the ones that, the ones who are trying to break free from, from his grasp, from his stronghold with spiritual soul ties. Those are the ones that he attacks. And after you fast, the attacks are going to come harder. So make sure you pray as hard as you did after the fast as you did before and during the fast. Okay, guys? I love you so much. I can't express that enough. I want everyone to pay attention to the relationships that you form with people and the relationships that you are already in, no matter what type of relationship it is. And always evaluate how you're treating others and how others are treating you, because it means a lot, okay? I love you so much. I hope this video helps someone. Continue to take care of yourselves mentally, physically, and spiritually. Please share this video if you don't mind. If you enjoyed this content and you like the channel, please don't hesitate to subscribe and like this video. Did I say that already? I don't know if I did, but anyway, like the video, and until the next video, peace and blessing. I love you.